Hello, this is Michael Elder, and this is just a quick overview of an online resource. I know a number of teachers have been looking for a flexible textbook, and so this is one resource. By no means is it perfect or will it answer everybody's questions, but if this is useful for you or for your students, we hope this will give you one more tool to add to your toolbox. So without further ado, let me jump right into the video here. So this is Ck12.org, and Ck12 offers a variety of text resources. They aren't necessarily interactive or anything like that. It's primarily taking a traditional print version of something and putting it online. But these are all free. There's no subscription. Therefore, there's also none of the bells and whistles that you would expect with something like that. So let's take a quick look here. So this is the home page. You can see that you can pick a certain subject. We're going to use math as an example here today, but you can certainly see as you scroll through, there's everything all the way up through SAT prep. There's individual lessons, there's video-based lessons, but all this takes a little bit of filtering through. As a teacher, you can create your own account. Once you log in, I'm logged in as myself here now. You'll build a library for yourself. You can then, you could issue those things out through Edmodo or do a couple other things like that that might make the management side work better for you. So let's just say I was an 8th grade teacher and I was looking for a math resource. So what I'm going to do is, if you scroll through the states, you have to remember we're under Common Core state standards, so we would want to pick here at the very top CCSS. That'll get us to our Common Core state standards. As you look through, there's a list for math and mathematics. I'm not sure why they're both listed. They're the same thing. Let's say again that I'm looking for 8th grade. Now, once you've selected all three of these things, it'll automatically sort based on those criteria. You'll notice some of them really match up well and others are not quite as great of a match. I think the first time I pulled this up, I got a calculus response, which is obviously not what I was looking for. But you can see I've got middle school math concepts for grade 6. I've got some algebra options here. As I scroll down through, I think you'll find that we will have a Ck12 middle school math concepts for grade 8 and a Ck12 middle school math grade 8. So let's say this is the one I want to look at. So I'm just going to click on it. You can then see each of the chapters in that text. Again, they may not be in the order that you are ready to teach them. This is flexible, so you can add this to your library and then you can reorder the chapters. You can decide just to pull one chapter. You may be, or you just need a resource for one of these topics like probability or something like that. So you can do that by looking over here on the left. So you can see if you want to add it to your library, you can share it, you can add it to a textbook. So if you're creating your own text, you could be pulling materials from an 8th grade text, from an algebra text, and you can create all your own. If you're interested in that level of development, you can let me know, you can let somebody else know. I'll be glad to sit with you. The help feature on here is pretty helpful. So if that's something that's interesting to you, I'm sure we can find a way to get together and figure that out. So you can also just download the whole text. Now you can imagine this is a very long text, so it's like 300 megabytes or something like that. So if you're going to download it, make sure that you give yourself a little time. So I've already added this to my library. So you see across the top you've got a dashboard, groups you can belong to. So let's go look at the library. So this is my library. I've obviously added some things to it. So I added a pre-calculus text that Flexbooks offers, and then you'll see here's that grade 8 math textbook. So I can go into that textbook. Again, I can edit it. I can change the order of the lessons within that textbook. But now that it's in my library, I can play with it a little bit more. If I want to play with it, if I want to do that where I'm moving things around, then I'm either going to customize it or I'm going to add it to a different textbook. So I could make a textbook that's called Mr. Elder's 8th grade math class and then put that in the order that I would want it. I've seen a couple teachers using this and making unit by unit textbooks or text resources, I should say. Again, we're not advocating that textbooks are the way to go by any stretch, but sometimes as a teacher you just need a resource that will help you for assigning homework, for example, or for some group practice. Oftentimes it's for a student that's struggling or a student that's moving further ahead. So We wanted to make this a quick, brief overview for you. If there's any questions, you can contact me. You can also certainly contact your digital learning and teaching instructional facilitator, and any of us will be glad to help you as best we can. And we hope this has been some small help and maybe a small answer to the questions that some folks are asking.